Comrades, leadership of the province, leadership of the regions, my colleagues, the members of the National Executive Committee, Comrade Maswale, Comrade Mangete, and the delegates from the Free State and from the Northern Cape. Hi, delegates, hi. It must be recorded that I was smiling when I was greeting the delegates. Hello, delegates. Please note, I'm smiling, delegates. The most important people in these next few days are the delegates. And we are here to say, delegates, we are here to say, we bow to you. Comrades, you are going to the conference of the African National Congress. There are a few things which you must just keep in mind. We don't want to have a long meeting here, we're not in a policy conference. The first thing is that, comrades, you must know, my delegates, Sitembe Nina. We need this ANC to be revived. We need this ANC to be rescued. We need this ANC to be united. Unite its members and unite the ANC with the ordinary people of South Africa who own the ANC. The ANC. The ANC belongs to South Africa. It belongs to all the people of South Africa. The ANC is here to serve all the people of South Africa. And the ANC does not belong to only those members who have been put into positions of power, authority in the structures and in the government. This conference must make that clear. So we say that ANC ubanikazi bani. It's important for us, comrades, to say, you know, comrades is Badlegab. And we know each other, all of us. But we did not meet here because we were friends or we liked each other. We met here because we were part of this mission of the African National Congress. We believe in it, and we know so many people have died for this mission to be fulfilled. That mission is that of liberating all the people of South Africa. Black people in general, and Africans in particular. You need to understand, comrade, that even though we now know each other very well, but what binds us together is that historic mission of the African National Congress. As soon as you stop believing in the cause of liberating all the people of South Africa, we're no longer sure whether you're part of the ANC. We're no longer sure whether you want to serve our people. And therefore it's important for us to say, even if you have been elevated to a position of authority, you are not here for that position. You You just happen to be elevated there because we need someone in that position to fulfill the mission of the African National Congress, that is to liberate all our people. Once you begin to separate the two, you start thinking of yourself and your interest and your position first, and forget this mission. But basically saying there's no reason why we should be together. So it's important for us to always remind each other. Comrades, we like each other, but we're not here because of that. And people love the ANC. It's not because it's got a beautiful t-shirt. It's not because of the songs and the slogans. The ANC love the ANC because the ANC was created to serve our ordinary people of South Africa. When you go to that conference, comrade, we want you to revive that hope in the ANC that here is this instrument that was created to serve our people, and our people sitting at home, watching on TV and listening over the radio. They must say, there, our instrument for liberating our people in our country has been revived. That weapon to free the people of South Africa has been sharpened. We can't go there and plant this instrument again. We can't go there and make people lose more hope in the ANC again. We can't go into that meeting, into that conference, and throughout the whole day, 5 days of the conference, people out there cannot identify with what we're discussing because the ANC is discussing its own fights internally and is not discussing the problems that are facing our people. When you come back from that conference, we like Ruti here, and your other people in the Stockfell and your neighbors say, hey, you were in the conference. You are a delegate. What a special privilege. Come and tell us, what solutions did you bring up to solve us, our problems? Did you discuss about when you're going to stop this load shedding? If yes, if any load shedding, oh, Mama, want to know. What was that for 12 hours away here? You're not going to have food that's going to go raw and unusable simply because you lost power in the middle of the cooking. These youngsters, the kids, you know, international grandchildren, so grandchildren. Now, you know, all these youngsters who busy chatting, who turn around and say, hey, but this is not chatting, I'm going to chat, I've lost my battery. You think it's a small thing, actually, but the seriousness of this thing is about how do we build this economy based on improving and resolving the issues of that energy generation. How are we to make sure that in that process we will actually create a broad enough base to grow the economy of South Africa, because we'll be able to create capacity for manufacturing, for value addition, for all of this thing. Whilst we manage the integrated resource plan at the same time and then making sure we don't lose jobs. But people will come back and ask you, maintain and not shedding. You better be ready to come back with an answer. Because if you don't have an answer, you can't go back to the same people and say, don't vote ANC, because it's ANC. When you come back from that conference, people are going to ask you why so many young people are unemployed. What have we discussed? What have we resolved? How are we going to stop this problem? So much crime. Sometimes I think about the basic crime, the townships, the well, I'm not saying the security no good gate. Forward to accept some of the police will laugh at you. Police or another man. No, okay, okay. We need to be taken serious as a community that this freedom is about all of us. We must be equal before this law. And therefore we need the leaders of the ANC who are not going to be fighting up there, must be fighting right with us on the ground. When you come back from the conference, you must explain that to our people. Because otherwise there's nothing to discuss. When we did the assessment of the attitude towards the ANC, there was something that the comrades used to call fence politics. Where mama next door is taking mama next door is a washer, then they talk about the life they lead under the government that they've elected. As long as you've got a leadership that does not seem to be focusing on the problems our people are facing, you have actually got a leadership that's abandoned this mission of liberating our people. Your job, your responsibility and your task is to say to all those people there, we are delegates who are coming from the ordinary community of South Africans who are here to find solutions for our people. That is what we need to understand. When you get to that conference, you need to make sure that the image of the ANC gets restored to the glory that it has had. Maybe now, before you go to the conference, you need to go all out to all of these members of the community and all the activists and ask them the question, you are going there, what do we need to do so that this ANC can be what you want it to be? That's going to be very important. So there are so many challenges that we have to face. The question is going to be how are we going to fix this ANC so that it can deal with the problems. We want the ANC to be united, and we want unity and renewal in the African National Congress. That's our decision. That's not the name of a faction. It is a decision of the African National Congress. So when you get to that conference, you must make sure that if we want to talk about unifying the ANC, we're not a part of the national leadership. So sometimes when I tell you things that I don't like, I'm talking about things that we do that I don't agree with and I don't like. Was one day I had to come and I come to you, because I'm Keta. You didn't answer. I must answer you. Now, one of the questions, we say we want the ANC united. Now, you want to tell me how do you unite an ANC that has got a lobby group that is metamorphosed? It changes to become a faction with the name it used at the time it went for elections. For elections. It continues to operate semi-legally, semi-openly, right up to the next conference, and then all it changes is before it was 20, it was 17, now it's 22. How do you unite the ANC when you're going to keep a faction that's going to be blessed privately and be alive? They go to focus outside, come back here, and then push a line of a faction. You can't have a united ANC like that. The ANC is not a coalition of factions. ANC is each and every one member coming here owing loyalty to the people who have elected them as part of the structure of the ANC. So when you go to the conference, you must ask the question, when are those factions going to be dismantled? Let me put it the other way. Why do you want to elect people into position to unite the ANC if they've proven to you that all they can do is to maintain their factions? That's the question. We need this ANC to be renewed. And part of renewal is already there on the table. We want to fight corruption. How do you fight corruption? Starts with the person. Each one of us must know that it's against the ANC to be corrupt. Whether we're corrupt by purpose or by mistake or whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is when there's a problem, where it needs to be investigated, must be investigated the same way. There shall be no animal farm in the African National Congress. Where all the members are equal, but some are more equal than others. You can't be an organization that serves to keep the factions so that you can protect your factions and chase those you don't like. Our people will not respect us for that. These things happen in front of you, not in a Helen. This is the time the leadership must account for it. So how do you say we're going to be having a renewal when you set up institutions of how we're going to manage our democracy, transparency, accountability, investigate anything that's been alleged, and then somewhere along the line, no, but it should be investigated. No, this process cannot be proceeded. Why? Why? Are we going to be George Orwell's farm now? Where we know who are the group that belongs on the side that will be said to be corrupted, must be investigated and be removed from the African National Congress. And there are others who will be respected and protected. Then you have a commission. Now, well, by the way, that commission, the State Capital Commission was a commission which was created. The ANC took a decision, and they said, we will form that commission. President Zuma signed for it. It's not something that happened just now, it's happened before. And then we said, we took a decision at the ANC and said, anyone who's called must go and answer for themselves. You can say ANC. Go and answer for yourself. And if there's action, you take the action on your behalf. Then all the stories, all these stories are reported in the media, no longer the same. Same story, same case, same allegation, same company. These are two judges that can't be appointed. These others are good ministers, they must continue. I'm not saying that you must deal with allegations as though they're a fact. I'm saying all of us have the opportunity to go and clear those issues. And so one of the things that to really be strong on is to bring in very strong party discipline. That people must respect and must behave in a way that takes the organization forward and keeps it respectable. But the problem of faction is that sometimes it makes it difficult even to take proper decisions. Where you then find that you have a discussion going, before people have expressed their views, somebody wants to put a particular view. And everybody must accept. And yet the rule in the organization is all of us must put our views across, then we must defeat you in the argument or persuade you to change your position in the organization. When we get out, we'll all sing one song. So that issue is important because you must be then able to understand that whatever decisions we take in the African National Congress have got implications to how people view the ANC outside. Yes, it's very important for us to make sure we give proper guidance and direction to our people. And if you've got factions, you've got a problem because factions protect factions, and there's no way to fight against corruption. If you are running a factionalized organization, there is no way we can run an effective instrument for serving South Africans because of that. At one point, Corporate Maswale was raising, it is important that even the way we manage the African National Congress must also look decent and respectable. This issue of salaries not paid and people not being paid and so on has embarrassed a lot of people and has actually put ANC into trouble. Now, when we get to this conference, we must talk about how to make sure those kinds of things don't ever happen again. we say to you, corporates as delegates, you have a much bigger responsibility of reactivating the trust that our people have in the ANC, of making sure that all those discussions in the ANC are able to deal with the problems that are facing all our people. Some of the ways we have handled some of the decision-making processes, there's been a problem. For example, there's been a huge outcry on the issue of the step-aside. Now that is one of those that are going to be challenged at the conference, and the conference will have to deliberate on that. Because of the way that it has caused difficulties where you find it's getting amended each time you see that it's not hitting the people that it was designed for. But if you're with a strong, united ANC, you draw one line. Corruption is one side, ANC is one side. You don't have a situation where it's fine if it's so and so, but you must deal with it if it's so and so. The rules of nominations have got their own weaknesses. They'll be discussed even before the whole process of nomination happens, because by right we should have adopted the rules before they're implemented, but this time around, we put the rules in, implemented them. Now, as we pick up the problems and the mistakes, that is going to cause confusion on the nomination process. That's why when we have constitutional amendments, we discuss them 3 months before and then submit them to the conference. And at the conference we adopt them, that constitution will start working going forward. It doesn't go back. So we saw in this step-aside thing where somebody, we agree, okay, we must do something to discourage corruption. Agreed. Then we start talking about the step-aside. Then we realize that there's manipulation of some of the investigations. Now that's not acceptable. Yes, we must deal with the corruption, but we also similarly must condemn the manipulation of the state organs. So we agreed, okay, if you want to implement this step aside, you must implement it in such a way that whoever is elected, nominated and elected, they will also step aside because we want to clear their issue. Now somewhere along the line, because we ask the question, okay, what do we do when somebody is nominated? Then the issue, we don't know whether they will be nominated and elected. You might be nominated and you don't even make threshold. Fine. Whatever if you are elected. Now, none of us can have actual authority to cancel the decision of a conference. So once they've nominated you, the step aside issue is supposed to be, okay, then you're gonna go step aside. A few weeks later, no, so and so has been nominated and elected, so and so has been nominated and elected, let's change the rule. The rule changes. Now, if you are on step aside, you can't be nominated. What about those who have been nominated? Okay. If you can't, if you are on step aside and you have been nominated, you must now be removed. How? Which constitution is guiding us to do this? As it happens, some of the people get nominated and elected and go and step aside because of the court case. They step aside until the next conference. No case proceeds in court. Now, the law allows you to, I can say you stole a cow and charge you, but if I'm not ready to take you to court, you can drive as long as anything. We're beginning to abuse it now. Then we've got the situation of someone who then gets nominated, is elected. There were instances, in fact, where there was even an effort to manipulate the election results, where to fight and say, no, you can't do that, leave this thing and announce the result. Then the person is going to step aside. Whoever elected, you must now go and resign. This pay-as-you-go way of doing policy and rules is a problem. It's okay that you've got different views, you must go to the government and clean it out. You understand? Then we don't spend time fighting about small problems out in the NEC. We want an NEC that when it gets out of the meeting, everybody is going to stand up and say, I shine NEC, it's the island. That's the point for us. But it's important for us to understand that it's important for us to step up corruption. It's important for us to improve the way government is run. It's important for us to bring government closer to the people. Good government. All of those things are very important. You can't run a country unless you do that. You can't actually improve your economy unless everybody knows that this municipality will take the right decision. We're not going to bribe the municipal manager or the mayor. The only problem that we're dealing with here is that even here in Free State, the challenge of having this province so divided is that it's fine to come and discipline corporate and divided at the branch and regional level or the provincial level. The corporate stop the factions. But you can't come from national and come and ensure that there are factions. Now, I was asked, So I was asked by many people, sectors of society. I think what Mkhize has just said is very important. This ANC needs to go back, go to those religious communities, humble ourselves, work with them, and offer to be the messengers of those religious communities, the churches, the mosques, and so on. Then they must feel adequately represented inside the ANC. We must go to those traditional leaders and communities out there and say, this is us as the ANC who are here to humble ourselves and apologize for the mistakes we've caused and say we are willing to do the corrections that will make sure that together with our people we will take forward the mission, historic mission of the ANC to further transform the lives of our people. We must go out to the ordinary community structures and those stockfellas, those youth and women and so on, and say we want to be part of those organizations, because when we spoke about mass democratic movement, we were basically saying ANC membership is one component. The major component is those communities who must work with the ANC, guide the ANC, ensure the ANC is going the right direction so that we are able to deliver what was expected of the African National Congress. There are many decisions of the ANC that have been taken. There have been decisions about what we do to make sure that it comes back to our people. What do we do to make sure that our people have got a bank that is sympathetic to them, that will help them to support small businesses, small entrepreneurs, cooperatives, so that they can build their own industries and own factories and begin to build this economy that is diversified, that is ensuring that there is democratization or deracialization of the economy. There is no way the ANC can continue without ensuring that it is clear that the concentrated ownership, pattern of ownership in the country's economy is resolved. We need more people to own more wealth than fewer people owning more wealth. So when we talk about inequality, it said the richest 10% of the population owns 80% of the wealth, and the poorest 60% shares 7% of the wealth. It's an abnormality that is an indictment on the ANC and the post-liberated, the post-apartheid South Africa. We have to face those realities now. The fact that you've got unemployment rate has gone up from when we went into, after apartheid, it was around 33%, came down to about 23%. It's moved back now to 35%. It's now an indictment of a post-apartheid South Africa. When you've got a level of crime, when each and every family now you've got someone that can be identified as a para, I don't know what to call them in Free State. Until you've got a leadership that knows that you need to sit down and talk about how we're going to deal with Nyaupe and cocaine and the drug lords next door and the markets, we call them markets, those who hijack cars and shoot their guns in the air and burn the cars on the street, so that you can't even go to a normal funeral. There's a new culture now. You go to a funeral, you must expect gunfire. This is the criminality that you must stamp out in this country. If you don't do so, if you want to do so, you must do so because your leadership is here with you. When I was a Premier Force in Natal, I went to do it like that. Went to the community, went to the media, went to the police, and we got people together, confidential line where they sent information about how we're going to catch up with the drug lord when their consignment comes. And we did it. And I'm saying there's a kind of, movement, mobilization you need now to do. When we talk about poverty and unemployment, we must actually say in this district, which industries are going to help us to create jobs and what we need to do between ourselves, the government and the community so that those jobs are created. And monitor it on a district to district basis. What happened when we get a town which was booming and now all the mines have been outmined and everybody who got the money from there disappeared? Now the people who remain are those whose grandfathers opened the mine and the children don't have anywhere to go. All they can do is to run away from Zamazamas and run away from drug lords. This ANC must give us answers on those issues and we must take that responsibility. And so my point to you, comrades, is that it would be nice to sing a good song, Oliver Tambo Bam Sanders, and Oliver Sano may so rest in peace, who's Bam Sanders said to party. When we get out to those people in those communities, we must come with the proper answers. Then they can see we have to amend the Oliver Tambo Sanders said to we can go there to whatever slogan, you can defend whatever faction you want to defend over there, but at the end of the day, the test is simple. Yes. Will our people accept us? Will our people accept that the African National Congress is their instrument to liberate themselves? Will our people accept that this African National Congress conference has solved the problem of Nyaupe, cocaine, and all the criminality that's going on in our areas? Will our people accept that for those children who cannot reach school because there are no bridges across the river, that the problem is solved? Will our people accept that from now on going forward, we're not creating a parallel society of the very rich and well-to-do and very poor who are going to serve the others? This conference must decide on that. It's not about who we are going to create, we are going to elect as a president, who we are going to take out. Because there are Congress who believe they've got entitlement, in church, when somebody, when Joey was elevated, he turned around and said, hey, would you help Pile? Would you help Chatile? When we go to the conference, that's our slogan. Would you help Pile? In this case, we have to that blasphemous. For ANC Pile, ANC Chatile. And we were sent out to Congress. For me, when I got to this African National Congress, I wasn't coming here because I wanted to be a councillor, a member of parliament, a minister, a president, or anything like that. I was a youngster. When I left the country, I was actually supposed to come and open a private practice in Senegal. taking over from a colleague of mine, Dr. Champaso, and those who come from them might know him, but you're too young. In between, there came a conversation with it, they are leaving the country. I can tell you because the story was known. That family, I won't mention the name, that was surrounded by 50 vehicles of the police who came from Belcom, from Bloemfontein, from Bethlehem to go and arrest the terrorists in Senegal or Malakal. Well, I wasn't there. I can tell you one thing. You call me in the Mufundis. I'm in Mazwina. But I can say to you one thing. If there's anything ANC has taught us, to fear nothing. Yes. If you have to go out and serve our people, you must fear nothing. Yes. We may be weak, we may be false, we may have faults, we may have whatever, but at the end of the day, there is no nobler cause than to go out there and serve the people and ensure that that historic mission of the African National Congress is fulfilled. And then during our time, we must say to the young people, we did what we could to pass to you an instrument that was created by John Langalifanele Tufu Pixka Sarasem and all those leaders, Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, Mama Christina Sisulu, Mamu Winnie Mandela, all of them. We handed it to you, take it and move on and continue the mission, because as long as all of these contradictions that exist in society and we have not reached the place of democratic society, we have no choice but to continue to fight for the implementation of this historic mission of the African National Congress, and that Congress must synthesize. We can't do it alone. We must humble ourselves and go back to our people. So nile phambi kwenu siyazithoba sithi qhubekani niSeptember esikoleni sokulungisa. That prosperous South Africa, which is what we call the National Democratic Society, where if you looked at anybody, you no longer like about the time can clearly say who was oppressed, who was never oppressed, who was underprivileged, who was privileged. We still have to do a lot to support that. There are not options to transform our country and our government and our people, and must remain committed to that. And for that to happen, we need the ANC strong and united. For that to happen, we need the ANC's image cleaned up. We need the ANC to be strong. And by the way, when we talk about renewing the ANC will be renewed by its members. The leaders may wish to lead that process. As a matter of fact, the branches, the members, will make sure that process happens. Yeah. So we have to respect those members, we have to respect our people, we have to respect those branches, because that's where everything starts, that's where everything ends. Branches serve our people. At the end of the day, if we're not relevant to our people, we can wear a t-shirt, nobody's interested. But if the ANC continues to serve our people, they will serve the ANC even if somebody can come with large sums of money to buy the delegates. Yes. Those who want to take the money will take it and they'll go on and make sure that the ANC is fixed. We must all go out there and fix the ANC. ANC is not for sale. ANC belongs to all our people. ANC does not belong to the leaders. Does not belong to the leaders simply because they're having blue lights. It does not belong to the ANC because they're wearing chains as mayors. It doesn't belong to them because they sit in parliament. It belongs to the ordinary people who want to see change in their lives, and change must happen in their lifetime. Comrades, delegates, go to that conference. You must know that our people are waiting, our people are watching, and they're patient is running out. It's our fault that we've come to this point. It's also up to us to go and correct it. Amanda!
Thank you.